Hello and welcome to Limitless, the show that brings you love and inspiration on a Saturday morning. And today we have once again an extremely interesting guest. My guest today was recently awarded a QPM by Prince William for the work he does with young people. He is the co-founder and director of Kickoff 3 and also a serving Metropolitan Police officer. Welcome, 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 Michael Wallace, QPM, on the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, good morning. Oh, I love that intro. And I love your t-shirt. I love Jesus. Glory to the glory, blessings to all those of faith. Love that.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for coming on the show. And of course, it's always an honor to have somebody of great esteem like yourself doing so many things in the community, being a champion for so many. Now, you are obviously the founder of Kickoff 3, which is there to help young people, to bring them into alignment with their destiny, of course, through using sports. Now, before we go into you and talking a little bit about yourself, can you tell us about your inspiration starting of Kickoff 3 and just briefly some of the things that you've seen, some of the positives that you've seen from that organization?
Okay, well, where do I start? First and foremost, I give glory to God for thankful for being here today and giving us the strength and encouragement to do what we do. So thank you for those of faith. But how we started, we co-founded Kickoff 3 with Ashley Levin, a community member. Yep. Big up to Ashley and all the family. We set up Kickoff 3 back in 2017. And we met each other a few years before that, but Ashley's not a police officer. He works in the community, a community activist, a family man who, he won't mind me saying that he had his issues with police, and and we all still have certain issues, but the whole concept was we were like-minded, and we wanted to break down the barriers and build relationships between young people and the police, which, let's be honest, they're not the greatest at the moment. It's quite fractured what's going on in communities, especially around the Black community, if we want to be honest. But there's that wider piece where you're inclusive to all communities are having issues, and so it's not just a Black thing; it's about a family thing. Yes. And so we met each other through the power of football. We love football. I met him in North London on a Graham Park estate where I used to work as a police officer, which people come to know. And I'm also on the executive member of the Black Police Association. And we joined forces. And I was going down to the estate in my uniform, and it was like, what are those feds doing there, but I kept on going back. And then they started seeing me as a human being, which we are human beings. And, where the relationship really started, where we myself and Ashley in our own time, which we do a lot of this work, if not all of this work in our spare time, which we don't very have much, but we took a group of young boys to Manchester and we formed a great relationship to play football, teaming up with those in Manchester, TUFC, and we just bring young people together through the power of football. And then it just really germinated like a seed, whereby we came to find of a charity called the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust charity, set up by Oren Lewis and Beverly DeGale. They lost their son, Daniel DeGale, to multiple organ failure. He was diagnosed with leukemia. But we was empowered by this story where there was a lack of those from Black and Asian backgrounds on the Bloodstain register. So me and Ashley said, look, we wanted to do something for the charity. So we set up literally 7-a-side football tournaments, just bringing everybody together, play football, the police, everybody. And it just took off a whirlwind from there. We are actually saving lives through what we're doing, organising football events, raising awareness for charities. And I can tell you the story where we are actually saving lives, where we have, through what we've been doing and grown. It's not just football. We've done so many more things nationally. We've found 2 Bloodstain donor matches through our charity football tournaments, and there's so much more we've been doing.
Okay, so I mean, it's great, it's amazing, and it's what we like to hear when we think about people who join an authoritative force that It's actually meant to protect the community. And of course, you find that in the last however many years, and it's not just then, it's been going on for many years. The last few years, it's been highlighted the abuse of power. And I think that's really exacerbated the distance between certain weaker communities, because we talk about color, but at the end of the day, it's about the strong and the weak, really.
Yeah.
So, these things all the way back to slavery can be in any community that is weaker. But what we like to see is when people with power have a heart for the community. Do you know what I mean? It's serving, the true servant leaders, that are there for the people. And I see that in you, and I see that in this organization. Now, when you joined together with your co-founder of Kickoff 3, is that one of the things that brought you together? Because obviously, if he didn't have any trust for the police, and then you come and say, this is who I am. Did it take a bit of time to convince him, is really what I'm saying? And was this the one thing that was able to convince him, actually, there is a bright light here, there is hope? It isn't just all what you read in the media or what is whispered, in the underground tunnels. So can you tell us, how difficult was it for him to trust you? Or how easy was it for him to trust you? And because I see that a lot of the police force are really trying to, gain that trust, and really trying to say, look, we are human beings like you, and we do have a heart like you. So tell us the struggle and how you grappled with that.
Yeah, certainly, Ashley won't mind me saying, he didn't have trust for the police. And to be honest, there's an element that he still does not have certain trust, which is quite, but he's working now in a position, in his own right, his day job, he works with young people, and he knows that we need the police. We do need the police.
Yeah.
And so that the relationship actually started between me and Ashley alone, him trusting me.
Yeah.
And to believe him, because at the end of the day, it's okay. He sees the police first, the uniform, and that's what a lot of young people and communities see, the uniform first, and they don't see the human being. I cry, I laugh.
Yeah.
I have the same issue. There's no sign when I take my uniform off. There's no sign above my head that says, "Oh, police officer," above my head.
Yeah.
I've had the same. I've had the same issues. So community members, I've been stopped by the police in the area that I live, where I feel that I've been treated wrongfully.
You've been stopped by the police?
Yeah, I've been stopped by the police. They followed my car.
Hey.
Yeah, followed my car and stopped me for no apparent reason. There was no apparent reason, and I made it clear. I didn't tell them I'm a police officer. And this is the thing. This is why it's important that people know their rights, because, like I said, it's really, I've been stopped, and I've been treated, shall I say, I believe unfairly. It wasn't within the Metropolitan Police. I'll say that it was outside. I don't live in London. I live outside London, so I'm being honest and truthful that I've experienced the same issues as a black man that some our community members. So it was that, so for me, there's times where can I trust the police myself, and I work for them, you know what I mean? Because this is, but we're not all police are not the same. But the message I'm saying is I'm a human being, and I just like Ashley has had experiences with the police, and that's where our testament to our relationship where we built that, trusting one another, him trusting me, he sees beneath, I'm a father of 3 children. And I don't want young people to. I want my children to trust the police.
Yes.
I want other family members, other community members where I live, in the community where I live. I want them to trust the police, because we need the police. But the power of Kickoff for Free. This is what we're doing, building that relationship. And
you said some really good things. You want your family to trust the police, and we want the police to emulate you. Or police. And it's not just you. Yeah, it's not just UK. It's around the world. We saw some stuff going on in Nigeria during COVID, and issues there as well. And I only say this because I know we do have quite a few Nigerian viewers as well, and it's around the world, and this is really what we want: people in the force, or the force itself around the world, that really listen to the people and really find out what do they really need. How do we solve this problem? It's, you know, how do we go to the root and the heart of it? And I'm so glad that you're a man of faith, and that you can really see the value of the root of a problem, the root problem within families and communities. So tell us about your life. Let's start with you now, and then we're going to work our way.
Oh God, where do I start?
let's dig a little bit.
Okay, you're digging a hole for me. Okay, you know. Okay, yeah.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, which I'm sure we're going to touch on. I call myself a Windrush baby. My parents were both from Jamaica. Barbara Benjamin, Tony Wallace, mum from Clarendon, Maypen, father from Kingston. And my mum's in Jamaica right now. Hopefully she might be picking up with it. Big up mums, all the mums and dads out there, big loves. But yeah, they both came over from Jamaica with my grandparents, settled in sunny Brixton, which is quite ironic. It's the area where I police in Brixton. I work on our police youth engagement team as my day job. The community partnership team. Apologies. I work with a fantastic team. But yeah, my parents brought me up those old school values of, please, thank you, showing respect. A lot of my white friends, and they won't mind me saying this, they used to say to me, "How come you've got so many aunties and uncles?" And I'm sure you can relate to this. You come from a Nigerian background, Yeah. I used to say to them, "They're not all my aunties or uncles, but it's respect. Everybody elder than you, if you don't call them auntie or uncle, you get a box." I call it in the police. I call it moderate correction, but yeah, we'll get a little slap. Respect your elders. And so my journey is, I brought, I was raised around Lambeth, Brixton, and then I moved to Penge, and I've lived in a number of areas. Croydon, big up the Croydon Massive, and just I'm a South Londoner at heart. Grew up and had a passion for football, music. My dad was a DJ in he called it the Brixton Bubble, and he generated in Canada. He immigrated to Canada, and just through the passion of football, music, art, just my passion just to help young people. I have 3 young children, 24, 19, and 14. So my youngest child is autistic, hence one of my passions why giving back and supporting those with diverse needs. And those children are very special. So I'm very passionate about helping other children.
Wonderful. Now, I know that, the main root and aim of this project, the Kickoff 3 project, which, by the way, it's going to be, as you said, it's going to be showcasing in the Windrush. You mentioned being a Windrush baby, the Windrush celebration that will be taking place around that time. Your program will be part of that this week, isn't it? It's this weekend, is it?
No. It's a couple of weeks. The 24th of June. 24th of June will be in Hertfordshire, St Albans, at Oaklands College, and we'll be delivering a charity football tournament, bringing all communities together, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Windrush, empowered with the community and supporting. There you go. Come on down and please join us. We're looking for girls to take part. We're looking for young boys, 11, 12, and we've got some great support from those in the community supporting. Please come down and support what we're doing, celebrating the Windrush through the power of football, music, but also as well raising awareness for numerous charities where we're encouraging to have a stand and stall in celebration and coming together as one family.
Wonderful. There's some things that you've said that's so interesting. You talked about the discipline as a child, which, to be honest, I've seen has gone out the window. The ideologies and the mindsets of a lot of the community that we're in now around the world is very, gently, softly, not really understanding the need to discipline the external in order for the internal to flourish. Instead, what we're saying is, let us gently stroke egos, emotional sort of sensitivity, and and glorify the external, and don't worry about the sense of discipline, which there needs to be a balance in life, but having chosen sport, because I've always been an armchair supporter. Hey, with lots of ambition to get involved in sports. But I do understand and respect the aspect of conditioning that's needed. We take for granted the fact that, oh yeah, it's just sport. You're just either kicking a ball or you're hitting a shuttlecock. But the reality is, the sportsman and woman is conditioned with a sense of self-discipline and just all the things that's needed in order to get their body, their business, everything that's to do with them in shape so that they can achieve at their highest level. And when human beings are of that level of understanding, it raises their the quality of who they are and the gift of life that's been given to them to a level that they can function in all areas of their life. It's that discipline that where one is the effects of conditioning takes place. The heart and the heart intention is usually more positive. So I love the fact that you've used football and you've used sports. Now, what have you seen? What kind of transformational stories have you seen with some of these young people? Because I bet you must have seen some real success stories in this.
Yeah, I've got so many testimonies I could give that and I'll touch on two saving lives that I said, testimonies where we've had through our football tournaments.
Yeah.
Two people who've given a blood stem, shall I say, sample, and they've been found to be a match. And I recently, actually, this week, received a phone call from a lady that found out about what Kickoff was doing, and she's actually a serving police officer, and she gave me a testimony, and I have to give glory to God that she was found to be a blood stem match, which she was able to successfully give a blood stem transfusion, and the recipient received successfully. And she managed to meet them and find out that they're doing well. And also, I can give you another testimony that actually her own mother received. She was diagnosed with leukemia and needed, she needed support, and she was found, a match was found for her. So that you can't write that kind of story. So other stories, we've had a young lady that came to find out about what we do, and she was so empowered about what we're doing. She joined us as a volunteer, and she ended up becoming a police officer. She's now a police officer in Thames Valley Police, where we gave her some mentoring guidance. I can give you another testimony of a wonderful young lady, Rhiannon O'Connor, who volunteered with us. She actually does our social media for Kickoff Free, but through meeting us and doing some support, and she's now working for the Black Swimming Association.
Wow.
Doing them. Yeah, so she's now got a paid job through volunteering. We put her forward. So we're actually creating job opportunities for young people coming in. There's so many different stories. Eddie Cura from Blacks Can't Swim, the film, where Kickoff Free plays a small part in the film, but a lot of those young people in the film actually come through Kickoff at 3, and living testimonies. They've appeared in the film documentary about Blacks Can't Swimming, but now they've empowered and they're doing other great things in their own right. So it's just, I'm just so grateful, and I have to give glory to God that these young people are finding us and we're supporting them, and there's so many testimonies coming out of us giving them a platform in a safe environment.
Yeah, most definitely. There's always been that age-old struggle and argument on, based on 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8, where it says, "For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value of all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come." That's in the NIV. But we look at that and we think many people have ended up saying, oh, well, what's the point of physical exercise? What's the point of all of this sort of thing? Open your Bible, godliness, all of that. And we understand that. But I think when we bring it back down again to what is really godliness, what is the life of godliness, the life of wholeness, perfection, wholeness in all area, flourishing on all sides, from glory to glory. I think that if you can reach them, if you can reach them where they're at, what actually moves them, taking them up to Manchester United. I presume that's what you meant when you said bringing them up here.
We took them to
I might be biased because of my team. Maybe I'm being biased.
Upset. we took them to Man City's old.
Okay.
So please, anybody of football supporters out there, please don't heckle me. I know I'm a policeman, but please, no. I'm a good one. So yeah. But for the football side, that we took them to the lighter, the blue side of Manchester.
The blue side, not the red side. No,
not the red side.
Yes.
Well, my son's a Manchester United supporter, so if he's listening, he's probably saying a few words about his dad right now. So yeah.
But I think that when you find people where they're at, you meet them where they're at, and then you're able to show them, like how Paul went to the Greek countries, and he basically said, I see that you have a God here. I see you have many gods, many shrines, but this is one that has no name. Let me tell you about that one. And that's how he was able to bring them into this life of godliness, this truth, this gospel, and that was able to transform their lives. So I love it, the fact that you're actually meeting people, these young people, where they're at. And that's what we've heard. A lot of the times I've had people come on the show and talking about the fact that young people don't feel as though the generation that wants to help them, they don't trust them. They don't feel as though they're really for them. They feel they're going to dictate to them, or they're going to ostracize them for what they believe in and what they love to do and the fun and all those aspects. But when you meet them where they are and say, well, actually, in the midst of what you're doing, there is good. We can find good in all of that. Let me show you how you can use that to transform your mind, discipline your flesh, and get you to a place where you can be able to flourish, absolutely loving it. And that's how I see 1 Timothy 4:8, which is, yes, physical training is of some value, but the godliness within that understands that you use your body to bring yourself, your spirit, your inner nature up, so that you're not wallowing in depression, you're not wallowing in insecurities, you're not finding identity in your flesh, and from there losing the value of who you are. Now, of course, many have seen that you're doing a great deal of, in the community, including Prince William, who gave you a QPM. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience, please?
Well, it's a wonderful experience where I was actually named in the late Queen's Jubilee Honours List, birthday honours list last year, which is absolutely an honour. Also, Luther Blissett, the legendary Watford player, he was named with an OBE. So to be somebody, people, just to be put on that pedestal, which, as I said, it was amazing. So yes, I was named last year, and I was awarded at Windsor Castle in January, which was a great experience. I actually was so overwhelmed by meeting Prince William. All the protocol went out the window, because you go into a room and you said, right, okay, this is how you meant to conform, and so we went into the room and I saw him standing in front of me in his ceremony uniform, and I was looking at him. I thought, wow, that's Prince William. Oh my gosh, I see him on telly. I was like a big child, and then the first thing I did is I done a little bow my head, but I just went straight up here and just give him a shake his hand. I was like, yes, William, sir. And he said to me, oh, Michael, I think we do the handshake afterwards. So I said to him, oh, can we start again? And then I was so overwhelmed. We got talking. I did say to him, he's a big Aston Villa fan. I did say to him, oh, I don't think Aston Villa are going to win the league. So I don't know if he took that quite kindly, but we had some jokes. He was really, he was really, good. He spoken, and I got so overwhelmed. He pinned my medal on me, and then I walked. There was another gentleman standing beside him. I'd forgotten that he pinned the medal, so I went over to the other guy, and I was like to go and get another medal, and he said, "No, Michael, you've got your medal already." So yeah, so I don't think he'll forget that. So yeah, it was a great experience. I shared with family on a day, and my mum, and it was just great. So I just be thankful, give glory, and just humbled that I received it. It's the highest medal you can get within the police, but I was recognised for the charity work that I do. But it's all about partnership and stuff. The things I've been doing with Ashley Levin, co-founder, and all the other partners, the Metropolitan Black Police Association and the National Black Police Association, who have been our key supporters from when we came up with the idea concept of Kickoff Free. So a big thank you to Metropolitan Black Police Station and the National Black Police Station, all those who've been supporting us across the country.
Wonderful. Thank you for everything. And of course, how can people stay connected with you to find out what it is you're doing and how things are changing and any other initiatives that are coming up, please?
Yeah, please, anybody listening, I encourage you to, I just saw in their Drone Sync, which is a lovely gentleman named Tony who supports a lot of our charity work. Drone Sync do a lot of our visual drone footages for our events. That he supports our charitable work. So big love to Tony from Drone Sync, who I just saw flash up on the screen your comment. But how people can find us, they can Google Kickoff at Free, look at our website, and we are quite heavy on social media. Twitter. You'll see us on Facebook, you Instagram. We had to start a new Instagram page because unfortunately we got hacked, but people are picking up following our work again. Just Google Kickoff Free. We are anybody that lives in Bedfordshire, Luton. We are Kickoff Free in Luton next Wednesday doing a tournament. We're also in Kent on next Friday. The following week we are in Northern Ireland, Belfast.
Wow.
We're as far as Belfast, being supported by the Rio Ferdinand Foundation, the National Black Police Station, the Irish Football Association. We're in Nottingham following week after, and then we've got the Windrush event 24th of June. But then the big finale where everybody comes together. You'll find us in London, the Warren in Bromley. Anybody in Bromley, 23rd of July, where everybody comes together. But just follow us on social media, please. Follow us. Look what we're doing, and please give testimony, give thanks to glory that we keep on champion change. And I must give there's so many people, but I must give a big shout out to the C12 charity, the Jamal Lewis, who's just set up his new charity. Jamal Lewis from Newcastle United, who's given us some support. So we are attracting Premier League footballers that have seen the value of what we're doing. Jamal has set up a wonderful new charity where he wants to support grassroots organisations like Kickoff Free. And I'd like to thank Jamal Lewis, his mother, Katrina Lewis, and all the trustees at C12 Charity for believing what we're doing and giving us some support. And we're always looking for sponsors and supporters because we do this voluntary. So please, anybody that wants to support, this is not for us, this is for the young people. Please, look at what we're doing and come along and support.
Most definitely. And I think you probably need more footballers as well to be getting involved in this. I think that would be a nice way for them to give back,
Yeah, please. And, there's lots of footballers out there.
Yeah.
And, we're about giving back to our young people. It's not about us. We're just giving them opportunities. So we give love and thanks to any footballers, whatever divisions they're in. It's about you. They're role models. Those from the education, business sector as well. Football is just the seed. It's important. And let's be realistic. Not every child is going to make it at football. Only a very small percentage make it. So we need to empower young people. They are our future. Lawyers, doctors, engineers, police officers. We need to empower them through education, giving them the support, giving them the love, and giving them opportunities, empower them. To be whatever they want to be.
That's right. That's right. Well said. And thank you so much for coming on the show and shouting out about this need to support the community and just really being a champion, an all-round champion and a role model. Thank you so very much, because I think that it's these sort of, small beginnings that make an amazing movement, not just in this country, but I believe also globally as well. If this can echo around the globe, I think we'll see a lot more change within the police force and within organizations that have a certain amount of power to make a change. So yeah, most definitely. Now there's going to be young people watching this as time goes on. I know that more and more people will tune in and watch it. Is there any last message that you'd like for them to hear, both those who are thinking of maybe setting up something, that maybe heard this, are inspired, or perhaps want to check you out, or maybe somebody who's going through something low? What do you think in your heart of heart the Holy Spirit is giving you right now that you can share with them that will really encourage them today?
My personal testimony is, you are the change. You can be whatever you want to be, whether you're doctor, lawyer, footballer, teacher. Just believe in your own talent, and if you've got an idea or you want to go do it, there may never be another day. So don't rest your laurels. If you just, you're there to empower other people, other future generations. And I just encourage all young people. I encourage the communities. I encourage the police. I encourage all those decision makers to follow and support what Kickoff Free do, but also all the young people involved and community members. And all I can say is, trust in your heart, give glory to God, because I've been through a number of challenges myself, but it's through God and having some faith and support, good support from good people in the community where I am today. So this is I've got a saying. We've got a saying: you run fast alone, but you go so much further as a group. So unite everybody, whether you're black, white, religion, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever you are. We're all one family, one blood. So just be the change and follow what we do. And we want to work with others that are like-minded to support the legacy. We want to leave a legacy and save more lives.
Thank you so very much, Michael. Thank you. And thank you for being an amazing guest, and looking forward to everything else that you're doing and following you intently. And of course, looking forward to you coming back on the show again. That will be wonderful.
No, thank you. I've got to give big shout out to Youth Unity, Football for Impact, Blacks Can't Swim, Edicure. There's so many. I'll get told off for so many people I'm not, but just thank you all. Ember Designs, Jones, just so many people. They've been so giving their love, shout out to support. Please, if I've missed your name, look, I've got pure love for you. So please keep following and supporting. Big love to you, what you're doing, Maria. You are doing a good. As I said, I love that T-shirt. I love Jesus. Glory. Thank you so much, and thank you to all those that are listening to the show today. And please follow us, check us out, and hopefully we'll see you on that journey to leave a legacy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And God bless you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely amazing today. Amazing guest, full of energy and lots of love and inspiration. And I've said this over and over again. That is what this show is about, to show you and inspire you into the right way of moving, to how to be a champion, how to be that very person that God has created you to be, to shine a light for others, to be that pathway that people can be able to flourish through. When you reach a level of success, you begin to start thinking about, how do I bring other people up as well? How do I bring them to a place? And success is not financial, and it's not status, and none of these other things. No, it's not. It's a state of mind. It's understanding where you want to be and then fighting to get there. And when you get there, bringing other people up again. And then, of course, while you do that, they recognize you then. And then it's the outward expression of success. But the success starts with the mind, when you know who you are, whose you are, and how you're supposed to love people the way he loved you. Absolutely amazing today. And I want you guys to go out and follow him and follow everything he's doing, and make sure, if you can, to make it to this event It's the Windrush celebration, and of course he will be there as well as many others celebrating the what has been done in the UK since the Windrush, the positives of when people of color came to the UK many years ago, decades ago, and what impact they have brought to the community. Now, we know there's been negativity. We know this. We know about the deportation and all the other things that have been said in the news. But there has been positives. There have been positive because, you know, we add to the global community and we add to the diversity in the world. And so, yes, we bring something to this world and we bring something to this nation. So let us celebrate that and not always look at the negativity. Let's look at the positive aspects. Let's look at what great light shines within us and how we have brought that to the world around us. And of course, looking at Michael, you see what he's bringing and what people like him are bringing. So join forces, join what he's doing. If you like it, join it. That's what I always say, you know, join it, support it, and hold his arm up the way the people of Israel held Moses' arm up. Every time Moses' arm was held up, they were winning the war. And when they brought the arm down, they were losing. So hold his arm up, hold them, bring them to a level where you can say, yes, I'm a partner in that. I took part in that. I gave to that. I gave my time, my money. I gave my prayers. I gave my support. I shared the links that they've got. I was there for them. I was part of it, because I tell you one thing, God in heaven sees what you do, and the angels in heaven will celebrate every good thing that you do, because in you naturally is good. Why? Because the light of the Lord shines through you. So you are good. When he made you, he said you are good. So shine a light so that all can see and praise your Father in heaven. And of course, this is me, Reverend Maria Bourne, saying goodbye. Have a wonderful week and keep on living in an atmosphere of glory.